Okay, let's get into this. This is the life and career of Elvis Presley.
He was the king of rock and roll.
Can we agree that he is one of the prettiest men of all time? I've got to admit, as a completely heterosexual man, I can say that this is a pretty man.
Welcome
He looks like he's wearing mascara, dude, naturally.
to WatchMojo.com, and today we're taking a look at the life and career of Elvis Presley. Elvis Aaron Presley was born on January 8, 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi. His love for music began in elementary school after he received a guitar for his 11th birthday. Following high school, he caught the attention of Sun Records after recording a few songs. The label was looking for a white artist to successfully capture the feel of black music. Elvis proved to be that man during a recording session with two.
Now, I don't know about if this is the real story, but I heard that Elvis, the reason why he was able to do, make that transition between black and white music so well is that he grew up in a black area, where he listened to a lot of black music and he was influenced by black artists and music he heard in churches, etc. And am I wrong about this? Is that where he picked up those crazy dance moves that he had that kind of shocked the world at the time?
Two local musicians in 1954. The trio then performed on radio and television and worked on rock.
It's kind of deep that the other two guys are kind of completely forgotten about. It's all about Elvis. His other two friends got X'd out of history.
Billy recording.
Oh, Bobby's saying bang on. Okay, I guess what I heard was true.
Presley signed with RCA Victor in 1955.
Well, since my baby left me, well, I found a new place to dwell. Well, it's down at the end of Lonely Street at Heartbreak Hotel.
The next year, both his
He got them from Forrest Gump. You are right, Eric. I should have known that, dude.
first single, Heartbreak Hotel, and his self-titled debut topped the Billboard charts. Elvis Presley became the first rock.
You know what's crazy to think about? Those moves are so tame nowadays. Like those crazy moves that he learned from Forrest when Forrest had those stilts on. I mean, they're like bland now. To think that like people were like so shocked and thought it was so sexual is mad.
And roll album to reach this position on Billboard. This was followed by a sexually suggestive performance of the song Hound Dog on the Milton Berle Show.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
And the 1956 best-selling single, Don't Be Cruel.
No, I can be found sitting home all alone.
Presley became...
I mean, he's literally just gyrating his hips a little bit. I mean, fast forward 20 or 30 years, Michael Jackson is literally grabbing his crotch and going, woo!
a nationally recognized star after appearing on The Ed Sullivan Show that fall. His performance of Love Me Tender led to another #1 hit and became the title of his first film later that year. Presley also released his #1 sophomore effort, Elvis, in 1956. The next year, he released 3 #1 singles and supported them with live dates that generated...
Do you know what Elvis is? Elvis is like a sort of the first guy to become ultra famous in a way that people weren't used to at the time. So he made all the mistakes that I think stars nowadays have sort of learned along the way. You know, don't get a terrible manager. I think his manager was a cunt, right? And he kind of fucked him out of a lot of money. And traveling abroad is what I heard. Okay, what else did he do? He married a 13-year-old. Okay, definitely don't do that. Anyone who's watching. Okay, what else did he do? He got fucked up on drugs. He made basically all the mistakes that you're not meant to make. And he did it all. I guess to be the first star is to kind of go through all of that shit. Okay, see what people are saying. They would keep the studio camera higher so you couldn't see some of his shows. Oh, okay. Michael Jackson grabbing his crotch gave my mom the vape. No. Oh, it's hilarious.
Near riotous reactions.
Eric, I love your autocorrect. I think you were supposed to say racist cunt, and you wrote racist can't. His manager. No, he didn't marry a 13-year-old. That was Jerry Lee Lewis. No, Dave, he married like a 14-year-old. Priscilla Presley, or whatever her name was. I think she was like 14.
He continued to act and released the #1 soundtracks, Loving You and Jailhouse Rock EP. 1957's Elvis's Christmas album became history's best-selling holiday record.
Oh, wow.
1958 began with the #1 hit, Don't. A few months later, Presley was drafted and served almost 2 years in the U.S. Army. During this time,
right.
his label released previously recorded material, and the film King Creole hit theaters.
I don't think they had him on the front lines, though. It's too much of a risk to have a man on the front lines like that. I believe he was doing like administration work, right? He wasn't really actually fighting in the war. Okay, get your mind out of the gutter. No, Priscilla was 21. Are you sure about that, Dave? Mate, I think you might be wrong about this. The story that I've heard is that he like married a very, very young woman.
By the name of King Creole, you know it's gone, jumping like catfish on a pole.
Presley returned to the U.S. in 1960 and issued several best-selling singles. Then came the #2 album, Elvis Is Back, the romantic comedy G.I. Blues, and its #1 soundtrack. Later that year, he found top 20 success with the gospel record His Hand in Mine, and returned to #1 with the country rock sound of the Something for Everybody LP.
Okay, so since Bobby's the one who knows best, Bobby, was he actually a talented musician, or was it that he was just the right person at the right time with good moves and he kind of shocked the world? He's like a viral sensation. I mean, I guess you would know better. But I mean, I'm thinking, right, he doesn't seem to be the greatest musician in the world. Maybe he just had great instincts.
Most of Presley's films from the 1960s were commercially successful musical comedies.
Fun fact about Elvis, right? Yes, he played guitar and piano. Okay, cool. Presley had the voice to carry him. Then came out peanut butter. Okay. So what I've also shown you guys one other time is Elvis Presley has a famous scene in a movie where he's kind of dancing with a girl and he has a total rock hard boner on, and then the girl notices and she kind of pulls back. I think I've shown you guys this one before, right? Elvis dancing boner. I don't Yeah, there you go. See? Comes up straight away. Look, she's giving him a look like, dude, I know what the fuck you're doing, all right? Put that thing away.
Falling in love with you.
Many of
he's got
these
a
were
great
also
voice.
accompanied by soundtrack efforts that spawned several Presley classics.
Viva Las Vegas.
During this period, Presley also won his first Grammy for the gospel LP How Great Thou Art and married Priscilla Beaulieu, who later bore him his daughter, Lisa Marie. Both the quality of his music and sales began to decrease as his artistic output increased. Things turned around after his successful 1968 television performance, Elvis, where he was back at the top of his game.
Dude was revolutionary in so many ways. How many artists now kind of live off their Vegas sort of residencies? He also started like the imposter for all the imposter people in the world. His movies were certainly cheesy, super cheesy. Yeah, Bobby, I think you were saying you were in a damn commercial. You missed that little piece of boner patrol, boner alert that I just showed everyone. Yeah, check that picture out if you get a chance. Like type in like Elvis boner. Yeah, he like birthed the industry to all the people who like impersonate him, man. Think about that stuff. All those people in Vegas.
Special yielded a top 10 soundtrack album and was followed by the critically praised effort from Elvis in Memphis. In 1969, Presley acted in the musical drama Change of Habit and released the double LP From Memphis to Vegas, From Vegas to Memphis. Then came the concert documentary and album Elvis, That's the Way It Is.
We can't go on together with suspicious minds.
Wow.
After releasing 3 non-movie albums in 1971, Presley recorded the Grammy-winning gospel LP, He Touched Me. He continued touring and released the successful live effort Elvis, as recorded at Madison Square
Those are some mighty tight pants, my friend.
Garden. 1972's Burning Love was his last U.S. top 10 pop hit.
Your kisses lift me higher, like a sweet song of a choir, and you light my morning sky.
True, Eric. Very true.
1973's Aloha from Hawaii via
What's up, John? The King. Yes, true. The King.
satellite was Presley's last
The
number
same
1 pop
jumpsuit.
album during his lifetime. Meanwhile,
Okay, that's quite a feat, right? He charts He topped the charts as pop, rock, country, all of those things together, and gospel. That is quite a feat, man. He was a very, very revolutionary artist in terms of like being an absolute like commercial hit. Like he was everywhere. But as Eric was saying, he totally got pimped out, and I think he kind of lost his common sense. He had a bad manager and was kind of fucked up on drugs as well, opiates.
An impending divorce and a prescription drug addiction began to affect his health and performances. He continued to tour, however, and even won another Grammy for the concert album Elvis, as recorded live on stage in Memphis. Presley released several more albums before his death, and many of these found success mainly on the country and adult contemporary charts. On August 16, 1977, Presley was found dead at his Graceland mansion, likely due to a cocktail of prescription drugs. Shortly thereafter, his current single Way Down hit #1 on the country charts. Numerous posthumous releases followed, including 2002's Elvis, 30 #1 hits.
I know this song.
With his good looks, musical talent, and rebellious image, Elvis Presley defined rock and roll and left an immeasurable impact on popular culture.
Okay. Dope little video, man. Okay, Dave, let's look this up, mate. Let's look this up. Elvis Presley, wife, underage. I think Priscilla, his wife, and his one and only wife was 14 when Presley met her. He was 24 and serving in the military in Germany. Yes, dude, this is what I heard. I've watched a Bill Burr bit about this. That's why. Elvis met Priscilla Presley when she was 14. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, dude did it all, man. He made all the moves when he met her. Okay, interesting. Let's see when he actually married her. But the couple didn't get married until 67, while Elvis Presley and Priscilla might have waited 8 long years. Okay, so he waited a while. He didn't have to wait nearly as long. Okay. Fair enough. Good points. She moved in with him when she was just 16. Okay. I think I'm hitting a nerve with Dave. Yes. Is this the story behind Priscilla's relationship? Okay. After 6 years of marriage. Okay, I guess he waited. I mean, it's still kind of creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's still kind of creepy, but okay. I'll take your word for it. All right, what are we doing next?